Hi, I'm Jason Nellis. Thank you, Commission. I have a cousin who used to be a police officer, so he was a very good cop, and I know there are many very good officers out there. Many have helped me, and I've been on ride-alongs with my cousin in the past. But I am against the more cops tax. I know individual stories will not make or break this tax, but combined along with so many we haven't heard, make for a compelling case that adding more police is not the obvious solution. What must be addressed first is the problem of abuse and proper training improvements necessary before Metro should be given the approval of any more public funds. I've heard a lot of praise about the new enforcement of the downtown project, and while I agree with cleaning up downtown, I love downtown, I think Metro's detail risks destroying the plans as it's very at odds with the Fremont East's artistic upbeat atmosphere. The supposed enforcement of open container and legal age laws, it's understandable, but it's gone way too far. And I want to share a little bit of an individual story. I won't go into any details of any, the cases were closed, but I won't go into details anyway. But about 6 months ago, I saw firsthand the most violent police incident I've ever witnessed. And what an article I saw in various media outlets, such as Las Vegas Sun, did not even cover, even though they were there that night. They did at least quote tourists as saying they felt intimidated and hesitant to return to Vegas, not what they expected. So they're scaring business away from the single most promising corridor for our rebuilding, including business owners who were threatened to be taken to jail after the bars were closed down for being public nuisances. And there should at least be clear visible signs prohibiting open containers. Anyway, what happened with me about 6 months ago, or what I got stuck in the middle of, I wasn't arrested or charged. I will just say it was very clear the officers, it appeared to everyone around that the officers were trying to incite a riot, as about 100 to 200 people on Fremont East, very busy July 1st Friday, stood watching as about 5 cops slammed a young girl's head into the ground many times, repeatedly, in between putting all of their weight on her with their knees and their bodies. As she screamed in agony, people started shouting police brutality while shooting videos, and the police dragged her away by her twisted arms and her hair. And I, as well as about at least 20 others, got detained and cuffed and thrown around violently by at least 10 cops simply for shouting that they were being too rough, which is what I got cuffed for and pinned against the wall for, or merely videotaping. Best friend got taken to jail for resisting arrest, which was dropped, but it was clear just because she was videotaping, as one female officer, very rough officer, actually pointed out she was singling out people for videotaping. I mean, most people were just standing there in shock, while the police were creating a melee amongst themselves and whomever they grabbed and pushed. At least a dozen were arrested, mostly Somalian females, and I was, of course, traumatized. I know if you guys saw a fragile, non-resisting girl getting beaten by over 5.
I've got to ask you to wrap up your comments, please.
All right. Well, I just want to say that even if if the sheriff does stick to his promise of hiring more cops, that this issue needs to be addressed. Maybe funds should be reappropriated for proper training and psychological evaluation, and we should at least wait until the next sheriff.
Thank you for your comments.